This is Boxing Talk 8576. I want to talk about some new faces in boxing. Not like new, but, up and coming fighters that already have titles. Just want to talk about some new fighters because we've been talking about the same old fighters like Mayweather, Cotto, Pacquiao, Martinez, guys like that. We've been talking about those guys. We just need to start, giving these other fighters a breath of fresh air, to show that they're doing things in boxing as well. They have to be the ones that eventually carry the torch when those guys leave. So I want to talk about a few fighters. A fighter I like that that's really growing on me. I would like to see him do a little bit more fight, more competition. But that's Terence Crawford. He has a fight with Ricky Burns coming up. I would like to see how he does in that fight against Ricky Burns. Ricky Burns is a tough, rugged fighter. Ricky Burns has some skills. I wouldn't say he's like at the top echelon, but he has a title. So Terence Crawford is going over to England, and let's see if he can bring the belt back. He's going to the UK to see if he can go over there and bring the belt back. And that says a lot from a guy that comes, to another country to try to take a champion's belt, because we know how hard it is to win in another country. You have to really, you have to either knock the guy out or just dominate him thoroughly. So Terence Crawford has to go over there with a business approach and get the job done. But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing Terence Crawford in the future. Leo Santa Cruz, WBC champion at junior featherweight. He's a boxer puncher. In my estimation, I see, he likes to throw a lot of punches. He has pretty good defense for a guy to throw a lot of punches. I know in the last fight he got hit a little bit more than he got hit in some of his other fights, but the guy he was fighting, was a live guy. The guy came to fight. So Leo Santa Cruz, he got hit a little bit more in that fight, but I like his skills. He goes to the body, he goes to the head very well. Leo Santa Cruz, he is definitely on the rise. Junior featherweight, Rigonial is another good one. Rigonial is not as young as these other guys, but his career is young. He turned pro when he was like 30 years old or something like that. So he's already advanced in age, but his career is relatively, young. He had his big win over Nonito Donaire. Everybody know about that. He's the WBO, WBA champion. So we'll see who he fights next. It's hard for him to get fights on. Bob Arum is not doing a good job promoting the guy, in my estimation. He seems like he don't want to promote Rigonial. He say Rigonial has a boring style. A lot of people say he has a boring style. The guy's just really, really skilled fighter. He's a counterpuncher by nature. He was a little bit busier in his last fight, so maybe he's he's trying to step it up and I guess please his promoter Bob Arum. I don't know, but to me you get in a little trouble when you try to please fans as what as far as your style goes, because your style is your style. You know what I'm saying? You just got to make the most of it. And for him to go out there and try to do a little bit more than what he's not accustomed to doing could be a little dangerous, but hey, maybe he can bring out more. He brought out more in his last fight, but we'll see. I would like to see him fight Leo Santa Cruz. That'd be a good fight. That'd be a good matchup to me. I don't know if Leo Santa Cruz. I heard that his father said he don't want that fight for his son right now, but we'll see down the road. Deontay Wilder, he's a heavyweight, 30 for 30. I call him 30 for 30 because he got 30 wins, 30 KOs. He's supposed to be in like a little mini heavyweight tournament. I know Stavern supposed to fight Areola, and then the winner of that supposed to fight Wilder, and the winner of that supposed to fight Vladimir Klitschko. So, and then that's for the undisputed lineal heavyweight championship of the world, because his brother already vacated the WBC. So Stavern and Areola is going to fight for the WBC, the vacant WBC. So whoever wins that tournament is going to be the undisputed Ring Magazine heavyweight champion, all the belts, and so that can be exciting. Deontay Wilder can do some big things. He he can be, on the rise and become possibly the new cash cow. He has charisma, you know what I'm saying? He gives good interviews, and he does what heavyweight champions do. He gets rid of guys. Another guy is a super middleweight. A lot of people probably don't know him, George Grove. He gave Crawford his tough match. He knocked Crawford down. The fight was, tooth and nail into Crawford. Stopped him. They say it was a premature stop by the referee. I seen the fight. He probably could have let the young kid go on, but he stopped the fight. So you can't argue with the referee's stoppage as far as he's in the ring. So I guess he's seen something that we didn't see. Maybe he's seen that he was glassy eyed. Maybe he see that the guy was not really focused. His eyes wasn't focused, and it looked probably cloudy to him. So he stopped the fight. But yeah, that was a really good fight. He asked Crawford for a rematch. Crawford in the interview said he would give him a rematch. Now he's saying he won't give him a rematch. He probably won't give him a rematch because the kid is that good. So George Grove, let's see what he can do in the future. Another welterweight that just won a title, Shawn Porter, Showtime Shawn Porter. Big ups. I'm gonna give a shout out to Deontay's Boxing Nation, his new radio show. He had 78 Shawn Porter and Shawn Porter father on there. Deontay's Boxing Nation, you know what I'm saying, he's doing this thing with his new radio show. He had a couple of guests on there. But I learned some things about Shawn Porter I didn't know. I didn't know that he was, that much of a success in the amateurs as he was. He beat a lot of fighters that are fighting today in the amateurs, and his father said a lot of these guys at 160 Shawn Porter beat in the amateurs. And he's been having some legendary sparring matches, with Pacquiao. His father said he even sparred James Kirkland, knocked James Kirkland down. They both confirmed that he knocked James Kirkland down. It went something like he touched James Kirkland's hand before sparring, which guys do, and he said he went out to touch his hand, and James Kirkland just stole on him. So he said it was on from there. And it was like they went at it. He knocked James Kirkland down. Everybody knows James Kirkland is a beast. He sparred with Keith Thurman a lot. His father said they had some legendary sparring matches that went back and forth. His father also said that if he ever get the call to fight Pacquiao, he gonna take the call. He ever get a call to fight Keith Thurman, he gonna take the call. Even though he said the fight between his son and Keith Thurman is a toss-up. That's a 50-50 fight. He said some interesting things. He said that his son used to play football. He was like 175 pounds during his football time in high school, and he never made his son cut a lot of weight. So whatever weight he was at when he went from after the football season to training for boxing, or during the season, he trained for boxing. Whatever weight he came in after training, that's the weight they fought at. So he said they fought at 165 in the amateurs a lot. So Shawn Porter is a big guy, he fighting at 147. He comes in there, he cut the weight good. He comes in there with a strength advantage. No wonder why he bulldozes guys at what he do at 147. Because his father said, we don't worry about any fight at 147. His father said something else interesting. 78 said he would like Shawn Porter to fight Mayweather, and Shawn Porter father. Well, 78 made some good points. 78 said that Shawn Porter is versatile fighter, and it'd be hard for Mayweather to adjust to all those things that Shawn Porter bring into the ring with movement, speed, power, quickness. And his father said, yes, that's a great point. If we get that call from Mayweather, it won't be about money. He said, we'll take 80-20 because we know when we win the fight, we're going to get more money in the second fight. So that was interesting to hear the confidence that his father exuded in that interview. But I learned a lot of things about Shawn Porter I didn't know. But it's another fighter I like. He already has a title. He kind of established, but he's still young. His junior welterweight champion Danny Swift Garcia, the WBA, WBC, and the Ring Magazine champion. Danny Garcia, he was, he knocked out Amir Khan. He had a win over Zab Judah. He beat your guy. He beat the Argentinian. I forgot his name, but he beat the Argentinian. I have a brain freeze right now, but he beat the Argentinian, and a lot of people said that he was going to lose that fight against Matisse. Lucas Matisse. A lot of people say he's going to lose that fight, but I picked Danny Garcia to win that fight because I thought he can box and he can punch, and he showed both versatilities in the ring. He boxed when he needed to box. He punched when he needed to get Matisse off of him. So Danny Garcia is an underrated guy. A lot of people not giving him a whole lot of respect. But Danny Garcia, he just keep winning. Guys, sell him short, and he just keep winning. And he doing it the tough way too. He's not doing it the easy way. Well, a lot of fighters, they had a big promotional companies behind them because that's the guy that they want to push, and they get relatively some easy fights as they come up. And Danny Garcia been getting tough fights. He beat Eric Morales twice. So, what I'm saying? I'm looking to see if Danny Garcia move up to 147, but I guess he said he want one more fight at 140. I don't see what's left at 140 unless they're going to make the step out the box and make the Ruslan fight, which is my next guy I want to talk about, is junior welterweight champion, WBO champion, Ruslan Provodnikov. Everybody know he's the Russian destroyer. He comes in the ring with a lot of pressure, a lot of desire, a lot of determination. Can punch. We all seen that fight between him and Tim Bradley. He gave Tim Bradley all he can handle. A lot of people say he won that fight. I thought Tim Bradley pulled it out because he boxed in the middle rounds. He won a lot of the middle rounds. But it was a great fight. He did a lot of damage to Tim Bradley. Tim Bradley had a concussion, and Tim Bradley was, messed up for a couple months. And he beat Mike Alvarado recently, broke Mike Alvarado, went in there and destroyed Mike Alvarado, just ran over him. Ruslan is a guy that, has to be, carefully looked at. You can't overlook him, because even if you overlook him, he can get in there and surprise you and upset you. So Ruslan is another, really good fighter, that crowd-pleasing fighter that you would like to see in the future. A lot of people probably don't talk about this guy as featherweight featherweight fighter Javier Fortuna. I seen him a couple times. I seen him on Friday Night Fights, I think 2 times, and the times I seen him, he was very impressive. He's a strong fighter. He's strong for that weight. I already see that. I see that he's a guy that can move up 2 weight divisions from that weight. But the fights I seen, he can box pretty good. He can punch well. He's smooth in the ring. He has defense. He has quickness. He has quick twitch muscles. Which I mean about that is he can come back. He can make you miss, come back and hit you with a shot real fast. I would like to see more from him. I would like to see him step up in the competition and see what he does against guys that's more on his level. But yeah, those are some fighters that I see that are coming up or already have belts, but they're still young. Some of them still young. But if I miss some fighters, you probably have a fighter out there that you like. There's a young fighter coming up, or a fighter that has a title but he's still young. Just give me some comments down below and tell me who you like coming up. This is Boxing Talk 8576. I'm out.